to you, Ghana. This is Confessions on TV3. My name is Miss Nancy, and the quote on Confessions tonight says, "The confession of evil works is the beginning of good works." Augustine says it. And tonight, the story is an interesting one. A young woman who says that I love you and I want to have you forever, whether you will have me or not. She went her own way and she used something quite disgusting on the man she claims she adores. And right now, someone else has hold of him. The conversation is about to start. What do you do to keep a man naturally? How do you keep this person who doesn't want to be with you? And more. This is Confessions. Do not go away. Let's start this conversation after this break. It's going to be a great one, and I call them Convos. When we meet people we like, we fall in love, and we expect that we'll live happily ever after with them. Sometimes you're sure that he is the one, and other times he is not sure that you are the one. This is the dilemma that this young woman found herself in, and so she sought to make him hers and her his forever. By all means, she has a confession. And as I say always, my lips are sealed, my ears are wide opened, and I'm ready to listen to a confession. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
This is Confessions on TV3. Tell us your story.
Okay, so about 6 months ago, I met this young man, and we liked each other. We went out, we went on dates. Chatting, video calling and everything.
Oh, I know.
So one thing led to another. He proposed and I accepted. So
he proposed marriage or relationship?
No, relationship.
He asked you out?
He asked me out.
That you should date to know each other?
Yes, please.
Great.
And I accepted. So things were going on well. He took me home. I met some siblings. Okay. And everything was going on well. So I also brought him home. Yeah. My mom liked him.
She did?
Yeah, she did. And my mom was like, oh, this guy is a good guy.
Isn't he?
And I think you should pray into this and see how it goes.
Okay.
So the love started growing. And I was surfing the internet one day. And you know all these spells and all these Kayamata stuff on
I
TikTok.
don't know. What are they?
So Kayamata is a spiritual thing or something you use to bond something together. Let's say, maybe they can tell you to use A, and then it would give you a result of B. Okay. So yeah, something of that sort.
So it's usually got to do with relationships, getting people attached to you. Okay.
The person will have
they call something Bidianko. Bidianko. I know of that. Yes.
So the person will have eyes for only you.
Only you.
Whatever you ask, the person is going to give it to you. So that's how it works. So there was this lady I chanced on TikTok. Okay. And she said, I have this thing I could show you that your man will never leave you if you do this. If you want him to even marry you, whatever you ask for, whatever you want, when you do this, you have him forever. And as a young woman, I wanted this man for myself. I didn't want to share him with anybody. I wanted him for myself. So I said, okay, let me give this a try. Okay. And see how it goes. So I DM'd the lady, and she showed me what to do. Okay. And she said,
what did she show you?
She asked me to use a stain of my menses or droplets of my menses, which is the blood, to prepare a meal for my boyfriend to eat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Droplets from your menses?
Yeah.
Put it in food. Did she give you specifically which food?
Anything that has to do with tomatoes, like tomato sauce. So
eventually, what did you cook?
I prepared tomato stew.
Okay.
With cocoa. He likes cocoa very much.
Okay.
So
tomato stew with cocoa.
Yeah,
and the stew had some bits
of the blood.
Of your blood in it.
Yeah.
Did you eat it too?
No.
You didn't?
No.
He only ate it?
That's the directive. Fast forward, I told a very good friend of mine, my best friend, that this is what I did. And after 2 months, I noticed my boyfriend was rather giving my friend, my best friend, the attention. And after I probed, I noticed they were rather dating.
Rather?
Yeah, and this
he wasn't coming to see you again?
Initially, the thing worked for like 3 months.
Okay.
So everything was rosy. Whenever I called, he'd be like, I'm there. What do you want? Like anything I wanted. And then it started getting sour. I confided in a friend. And I don't know, right now the dilemma is that I don't know whether she's told my boyfriend what's happened because the guy does not want anything to do with me again.
And he's not confronted you? Did he give you closure? Did he sit down to say that, listen, when I met you, I thought you were amazing, but right now I have found another person, or I don't think I want to settle down anytime soon. It's a waste of time. Did he have that conversation with you?
No, he didn't.
He just stopped calling?
Everything just gradually, okay, so if he calls me like, say 10 times a day, it started dropping.
Okay.
3 times a day, then you WhatsApp him, he will not mind you, that kind of thing. Yeah, so it started, the love started dying from his side.
Her confession is that she used her menstrual blood, mixed it with food, and gave it to the man she adored, hoping that he would feel same way about her and would eventually put the ring on it. Unfortunately, her friend, whom she confided in, has the man now. How did this happen? Did she tell on her best friend? Or she used the same process to get the man's attention? People, let's get into the studio because we need to get in there. Can you actually do these things to get the love of a man? And if it's possible, how long does it stay? For a lifetime or only for a while? This is Confessions on TV3. My name is Miss Nancy. To the studio we go. You're welcome back. This is Confessions, and I'm right here in the studio with my very lovely ladies and gentlemen. Give yourself some love. Guys, it's good to see you. Wonderful. So, this is this young lady's confession. She used her own menstrual blood, mixed it in a tomato sauce. In Chi, we say in tosabomu, served it with kokwaya to the man she loves, hoping that he would love her as much as she does and would do that till death do us part. Yeah.
Miss Nancy, name is Claudio, of course. I'm disgusted.
You would be.
I feel like throwing up. I can only imagine what we men have been eating
all
these years. But the combination of what you said, at the friend toast, I mean, Jean is made in toast, grab you.
Oh, you will be fine.
But I didn't say, to go to the extent of just getting a man, it's, I don't know, a president's banner. Another bar. Or a wire.
Odo.
Hey, if you love me, will you use your menses? Really? What are you saying? You would disem. Or you would dini. Bema and we say that. Oba and Sabende, you like something about him, you want him forever. It's an illusion.
Even you, the woman, you can change your taste.
Okay. One day you'll be like, you like the way he's, the next day you don't like. So why would you want to use even the thoughts of the men's crap? It was I'm just disgusted with this thing.
It's disgusting. Yes, my dear.
My name is Harry.
Hi, Harry.
The lady is very wicked. Very, very wicked. Perhaps, man, because of what she just said, there are a lot of things that we don't even wish to eat anymore. I mean, the thought of it alone.
No. So you guys are not even considering the fact that she likes you, she loves you, she adores you,
Miss Nancy,
she wants to spend the rest of her life with you.
If you love somebody, you think of the safety of the person first.
Well, nobody, I mean, who says it can kill? The guy didn't die.
No,
it wasn't like it's poison.
No, that thing can hurt you.
Young lady, it looks like the women would have to talk now.
Sure. I'm Sewa. So I want to know whether she thought of the health aspect of the guy, because scientifically menses contain hydrocarbon, that's methane or whatever, which is very, very, very harmful to the human. So I was considered, did she even thought of the health aspect of the guy?
Have you been in love before?
Sure.
I mean, the kind of love that thought of him makes you go numb, and you have butterflies in your stomach, and when you don't hear from him, you're amazed. I mean, the kind of love that you've loved and felt so many times, you want this to be the last time you love.
What if the guy dies? Where is the love?
This one deserves an applause, people. Charlie. Okay, yes.
Yeah, I'm Shalsha. And I would say she's not in love. She's just a selfish person.
Okay.
Yeah, she's very selfish. And it's because of people like her, some of us are struggling to get people. And she should know that you can't keep a man to yourself. Just enjoy every moment you spend with him. That's it.
And hope and pray.
Yes. And
at a certain age, you don't hope and pray.
Favorite.
When you are 35 and you've never been married, you don't hope and pray. You put action, right?
Oh, Miss Nancy, why put a tag on yourself that 35 or 25, you will get the right person at the right time. You get the right person. She deserves whatever the friend is doing to her.
Well, they say that she didn't have to go that far, and that at the right time, she will get that person. And what if she doesn't get the right person after all? Well, to help me with this conversation again is Osofo Kojo Benso. He is wonderful, and we're happy to have him. All right. Osofo Kojo Benso, yes, let's have you. It's so good to see you. Please. You are welcome, Osofo.
Thank you, Miss Nancy, and you're looking beautiful.
Am I? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking beautiful, people.
That's right.
Now, a young lady came to our studios, and as usual, we open our ears wide, but we are silent on who she is. And she claims that she's in love, and she did something to her lover. Let's have a watch, and when we come back, we will take his opinion on it.
About 6 months ago, I met this young man, and we liked each other. We went out, we went on dates, chatted, video calling and everything.
Oh, I know.
So the love started growing, and I was surfing the internet one day. There was this lady I chanced on TikTok.
Okay.
And she said, I have this thing I could show you that your man will never leave you if you do this. If you want him to even marry you, whatever you ask for, whatever you want, when you do this, you have him forever. And as a young woman, I wanted this man for myself. I didn't want to share him with anybody. I wanted him for myself. So I said, okay, let me give this a try.
Okay.
And see how it goes. So I DM'd the lady, and she showed me what to do.
Okay.
And she
what
said,
did she show you?
She asked me to use a stain of my menses, or droplets of my menses, which is the blood, to prepare a meal for my boyfriend to eat.
Wow.
Fast forward, I told a very good friend of mine, my best friend, that this is what I did. And after 2 months, I noticed my boyfriend was rather giving my best friend, the attention. And after I probed, I noticed they were rather dating.
Rather?
Yeah. And
now you know the story. Osofo, welcome once again.
Thank you.
Osofo, can we manipulate love? Can I get somebody to love me by all means, even when the person doesn't want to? How does that love happen? How do we maintain, control people that we wish would be in love with us? Is there a way?
Love is basically happening because we think. Because we think that this particular person or that particular person is suited to what I have inside of me. So I feel this is the best person or the best one.
No. I mean, I've always believed that love happened to me. I met this person and this is how I feel about the person and there is nothing I can do about it.
Love didn't happen to you. You happened to the person.
Huh?
You happened to the person.
Oh, why are you pouring water on my love? This love I've held so dear. Why are you telling me it's all my doing and it's not anything happening to me? Because, you know, I have the impression that if it happened to me, then I'm not responsible for something that happened to me.
But you are responsible because it didn't happen to you. How many men do you see in a day?
Plenty.
How many of them do you fall in love with?
No.
Why? Because there are certain things that you like within you. Your mindset, there are certain people you attract to naturally that you think tinkles you or something like that. It's all on you. So you decided to give yourself to that particular person that you say you're in love with. If you never open the door, that person will never come in.
Goodness. That is water right on my big love. Now you're making me responsible for my feelings. So I have to critically look at how I'm feeling and those I'm feeling for.
Everything that is happening to us, we are responsible.
This young lady meets a guy. They are fine. They are gelling. 6 months into the relationship, she feels that her mom even makes a comment that the guy looks fine, that she should pray into it, which means that psychologically, her mother is expecting this to end the right way. He putting the ring on it. Fast forward, she goes on social media, TikTok. A lady says, I have something that will make him cling to you. Basically, this is Bidianko. If he touches you, he's not going anywhere. She believed it. And she was given the ways and means to achieve that. The way is for her to use her menses. Mix it with food for the man she loves. I mean, as a woman, even when I'm taking it off and cleaning myself, it's disgusting for me.
It shouldn't, by the way.
It shouldn't be disgusting?
No, it shouldn't.
It's not pleasant. Blood is never pleasant.
You should use it as a woman. So.
I should use the blood as a woman?
Yeah, you should.
I should use it?
Yeah. You should use it not for somebody else, but for yourself.
How?
It's a good thing. It's coming from you.
How can I use it?
You use it for your own self, your own protection,
So
your own energy.
What do I do with that?
You can cleanse yourself with it, touch your feet with it, wash your hands with it. Your feet, wherever you walk, wherever you go, you will not step into anything that is not supposed to be you. Your hands, whatever you work with, that it will bring increase to yourself.
So there is actually power in that blood.
I mean, even the Bible says life is in the blood, right? So blood is everything.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it means that this menstrual blood is actually potent.
Why are some people on the refuse dump looking for the menstrual parts with blood?
I mean, recently we saw it on news. One of the girls' schools, their used menstrual pads have been getting missing.
That's a lot of energy, a lot of power, a lot of currency in the spirit. Blood is currency. Physically, we use money, but spiritually, we use blood. Life, the life in every essence is currency. Yeah, so that's money, very, very good money you can use for a lot of things in the spirit.
In the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
So, what she described, that she put her menses in food for a man.
I think she's coming from a place of insecurity because to begin with, if she wasn't insecure, then she wouldn't worry about the person leaving.
Yes.
So whatever it is that made her insecure is what she should be responsible for in working on. And two, I mean, I can see from your face, you think eating that is disgusting, But majority of us are eating stuff that are made of a lot of stuff you don't even know. Most of these spices that we have, most of these preservatives that we have, most of these food companies, no names mentioned, or sometimes even they even have fetus in some of these foods. These are on world records. Go on Google, go search, you'll find out. Some companies had to be banned because they were using fetus to mix their food, to make it addictive, so you always keep buying.
Goodness.
The restaurant you eat from, you know what goes on behind the scenes? The food on the street. You don't know. The person even just being in your menses and cooking, you can destroy a whole nation. So we are eating these things all the time. We shouldn't make ourselves like this is first time. Probably have eaten more than what this lady did.
But does it actually work?
It works. And I was listening to a story, and what she didn't do is that you went somewhere, somebody did something for you, it worked for the first 3 months, and then what, you never went back to say thank you?
Okay.
You never continue doing it again? Okay. If you have a plant and you water it once, you leave it for the rest of its life, you have to keep watering it.
Oh, people, what Osofo Kojo is trying to say is that if this is what you do to get the person, you need to keep doing it for the rest of your life.
Yes.
To keep the person.
But that's what you did. You went in for it.
That's too much work.
But that's what you opted for. Nobody asked you to go in there.
And then again, if you do it and it works for you, the one that gave you the direction, you have to go and show appreciation.
Yeah, because what she did, an energy took over.
Yes.
And that energy is the reason why the guy couldn't go. But now you have to feed that energy. You have to be responsible to feed that energy. A god, when I say energy, I'm saying it nice. A god, bosom, took over that ritual. It was a ritual.
The moment blood is poured.
Yeah. It's a ritual. Every time blood drops, energies converge, gods converge.
So the myth about mixing your blood covenant, it actually also works?
These are all powerful stuff because you are joining ancestries. Blood is not just telling your physical story. It is telling your dimensional story. It is telling generational story, where your generations are coming from. So you are invoking ancestors, fathers, powers, gods from generations you don't even know.
Are there other ways, better ways of keeping a partner? Because if these things actually work, are there better ways of keeping a partner without doing these things? Because as a man, Osofo, now I need you to speak as a man. If I met you and I says, oh God, this guy is fine. And the next moment, I put my blood in your food, whether it's my menses or my physical blood, how would you feel?
First of all, I won't even eat that.
Why wouldn't you eat? Because you will know?
I will know.
Because you're a spiritual person?
Because there are things you can do to know, like I have on me rings. These rings can literally communicate to you to let you know what you're drinking has poison in it, what you're eating has this in it.
So you would have the reaction from the ring?
Yeah, I would know.
But I'm not seeking your hurt. I'm just going to make you love me. That's not negative.
No, but that's, for example, if I go anywhere, I don't just sit on the chair. Because if somebody has in her issue and sits on it, and you go sit on it, drains you automatically. So sometimes you go into something, you are so prepared for the meeting, you go and you don't know what happened. All of a sudden, you are even lost for words. You don't even know how to conduct yourself in a meeting because you were not supposed to sit on what you sat on.
And how would you know this?
You should know, everybody. Your true self is within you and it's constantly telling you, don't sit here, don't go here, don't talk to this person, keep quiet, don't say too much. But we don't listen. Oh, I want to do it, let me do it.
This is something that is amazing. We're learning so much. Let me take this break. When we come back, more questions about her confession and about blood. You are welcome back. This is Confessions on TV3. My name is Miss Nancy, and I am here. I am overwhelmed with the conversation already. The power of blood, how you can get people addicted to you. Is it right?
Right and wrong is perspective. what is right for you can be wrong for me, and what is wrong for me can be right for you. So who is the one telling us what is right and what is wrong?
If I do that to you, is it right?
Like I said, it won't happen to me.
You are confident.
Yeah, I know.
So for the man that it may happen to, how would you feel if you found out that the lady, yes, she adores you, she's been kind, you even like her back, and you are just not decision made as to when or how, but you really like her, you are looking forward to a wonderful time with her, and you find out that she made you eat her blood?
Thank you very much, Miss Nancy. I'm Daniel.
Hi, Danny.
Truth be told, this is sheer wickedness. And at that instant, I'm ending this whole thing.
Okay.
At that instant.
You are not considering that it may have been even disgusting for her.
She never considered me too.
I mean, she loves you. It's coming from a place of love.
No, Miss Nancy, we should get something right here. We should get something right here. Number one, ladies nowadays, I beg my pardon, just pardon me if I say certain things, you might get offended, are allowing social media to mount pressure on their relationships. And the effect of what is happening or they are seeing outside does not directly affect them, but we, the guys. So what they see out there, even though the men, we don't have it, they force us to do certain things that we are not supposed to do. But morally, there are certain things you should do that will keep us loving you.
Like what?
Number one, you should know the need of a man.
Yeah.
First one is respect. Secondly, sex. These are things that keeps a man.
These girls are rolling over the ceiling, getting on the ceiling fan. They are doing all manner of styles, control left or.
Don't get me wrong. The first thing is respect. Maybe the love that she claimed that she was receiving was coming out from something that she was doing. So maybe the whole thing is from her, not from the guy. So she should check what has changed and then find out where the problem is. And I believe Mr. Bentel said it rightly. Number one is insecurity. Then number two is social media.
Thank you.
But can I ask him something, though?
Please.
So if you found out that since you got in bed with this lady, everything about your life is flourishing, your business is going well, you're making a lot of money, you're doing exceedingly amazing in life, and then you sit back and say, you have something just changed about me, all of a sudden everything's going well, and the lady said, I am responsible for it, what would you say?
That's a very brilliant question, but I'll also answer it from a very wonderful spectrum. The first time they asked you a question, you said that you can never happen to find yourself drinking a poison. And that is the same way I can never find myself choosing a woman like that.
Well, the men in the studio tonight are quite confident that this cannot happen to them, but only God knows what they have eaten, drank, smeared on their bodies. I'm just going to be kind to them and make them believe that nothing of the sort can happen to them. But also, for you said something quite interesting. Yes, we listen to the confessions and we use it as a conversation. See, is it possible that a man would meet a woman and for her sake, he will do well?
Yeah, because everything has to be balanced in this dimension. There has to be a male energy and a female energy. Not a single one of these energy can survive by themselves.
Okay.
We have certain men that came here with their wives. And we have certain women that came here with their husbands.
How?
This is what people call spiritual marriages.
Okay.
These are actually a very, very good thing, a very, very powerful thing. So you came into this dimension self-sufficient. What it literally means is that you don't need anybody to make you who you are. On your own, you become who you are because you have your partner with you who came. People might not see it, but this partner is with you and pushing you to become who you're supposed to be. So you meet certain people in life, you realize that by themselves, they are flourishing, they are doing awesome. They don't really need anybody to make them who they are. Everything they touch is flourishing because there's an energy back in them that is making them who they're supposed to be. Now, we have people who come into this world that are just female, or male. Such people need the opposite energy to make them whole, to make them complete, to make them who they are. So such people, they would need the presence of a woman or a man need the presence of a man or a woman to make them who they are.
But how do you know that I have somebody spiritually backing me? That's how come I'm doing well, and that I do not need any other person to survive.
Once you're born, once you come into this dimension, it's your parents' responsibility to inquire about you, who you are, why you are here, what you came here with. Every parent's responsibility to do that. So now that you know, or once you know, you walk certain particular ways without necessarily being bothered about what everybody else is doing.
Okay, because you know who you are.
So like, for example, when you go to our palaces and our chief, the home, the chief, the princes, they know exactly what they are here to do. So right from infancy, they bat them with the right herbs, they do the right rituals for them, and they'll go a particular way. They even choose the schools they are going. So don't waste your time mixing up with certain things.
Certain people and certain
All of us came here like that.
We did.
Yeah.
Our parents have just ignored the effort of knowing who we really are. This is Confessions. And you?
Yeah, my name is Taos Daddy. First of all, I would love to tackle or see to the fact that most people don't know the difference between love and obsession.
Huh.
Yes, because sometimes we upset. You know, we have this obsession and we think we are in love.
Possessiveness.
Yeah, we just
I want to own the person.
Yes, you own some people. We think we are in love. So because of that, we do all manner of things just to keep them. And then secondly, if I give you my phone right now to hold for me, and tomorrow I come, give me back my phone, you give it to me without any stress. But if I should buy you an iPhone 13 and I say, Miss Nancy, this is your birthday gift, and then a month later I come and I was like, give me back that phone, how would you feel?
Very bad.
So most people don't really
If you really want to surprise me, make it a Mercedes. Yeah, make it a Mercedes.
So what most people do is that we don't really own the things that are coming to us before we start thinking of losing them.
Yeah.
You see, a man is coming to you. Instead of doing the right thing to own the person before thinking of losing, immediately the person is coming, we've already started thinking of how the person is leaving or losing the person.
That's a very negative mentality.
We do other things that would rather scare the person away.
That's a good point.
It is. Wonderful point. He deserves an applause. He does. He does. I haven't heard from my dear.
I would like to add up to what the gentleman said about social media. And sometimes I feel very disappointed and sometimes embarrassing as a woman, seeing a lot of young ladies, ascribing to a lot of things they see on social media, Kayamata and the rest. Right now, if you go on IG, it's like it's the new thing that a lot of young girls go in for. And one thing they don't know is that nothing lasts forever. Me, I come from the north, and a lot of these things happen. A lot of girls go to, the so-called deities to get things for their men. But at the end of the day, what happens? It will not last forever. And
unless
another
you
thing,
keep on doing exactly what you
yes, you have to give something to get something. All right,
and you don't know,
and you don't know what is happening behind the scene. Like Osofo said, spiritually, you don't really know what goes into it, and also. I believe that as a young woman, there is more to relationship and marriage. If you have your goals and aspirations, you think you want to get things done for yourself, you don't sit down and feel like, oh, you need this man by all means. Like it's like that's your world. It shouldn't be the hallmark.
What actually said is what you were buttressing.
Yes,
there are people who are made to be self-sufficient.
Exactly.
And all women are not self-sufficient. So you can do without a relationship. Others just cannot do without it.
Exactly. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. My lady in blue.
All right. My name is Priscilla.
Hi, Priscilla.
I would like to tell Auntie that love is a beautiful thing.
It is.
When you are with the right person. But not to the extent of doing what she did. When I was a kid, I was thinking of, when I grow up and I get this man, I'll do everything to get him. But when I grew up, I've realized that, no, that is not it. Sometimes you be with them and you think they are your world, they are your everything. But no, when you go out, you see, this one is also...
Fine.
So just take your time. Just take your time. Pray about your marriage. And just as my brother Daniel was saying, just respect, give them good sex, cook for them, everything. But with the cooking, don't add the interest. Yes. So just cook for them and everything. You are good to go and you have the right one. Thank you.
Osofo, does it end there?
But why are we getting the impression that you can actually own somebody?
We can't, right?
Like this whole concept of marriage and relationship and all of that is just ridiculous. It has nothing to do with the creator. It has nothing to do with the divine. It's just human institutions that are actually programmed everybody to think that a man has to marry a woman has to marry a man. It's not necessarily how it's supposed to be. When you pay
How
attention,
is it supposed to be?
when you pay attention to nature, everything that is around us is bigger than human beings, right? Mm-hmm. Have you seen a tree marrying any other tree? Mm-mm. Or a goat marrying any other goat or whatever it is? You are here to become you, to manifest or fulfill what the Creator intended you to be. Mm-hmm. That has nothing to do with marriage. These are all secondary factors.
Okay.
So if you want to go into that sector, that is your choice, is your decision. Mm-hmm. But when you die today, the question asking whether you fulfilled why you came here to be or not still hangs in the air. The marriage is not going to fix that.
So you don't believe that people can have great destinies or fulfill destinies through marriage or association?
No.
You will be such as you're supposed to be.
Yes, and the right people that are supposed to come your way would come your way. It doesn't mean they are supposed to stay there. Some are just supposed to come in and go. Some are supposed to stay for a couple of years and go. Some are supposed to stay with you a lifetime and still not be your wife or your husband. But they will be there and do what they're supposed to do. You see, marriage shouldn't be the reason why we have children. Marriage shouldn't be the reason why we have companionship. Marriage shouldn't be the reason why we have partnership. These are all just natural things. Once there's earth, it will always need water. So once there's a man would always need a woman would always need a man. It doesn't have to be, I have to marry. And this is what is actually putting pressure on people, thinking that, oh, when I'm 18, I have to do this. When I'm 25, I have to give birth. When I'm doing that. It's not everybody that came here to give birth, as a matter of fact. It's not everybody that is supposed to be a mother, as a matter of fact. It's not everybody that is supposed to be a father. How many men have fathered children and don't even know where they are?
They just give off their donation and that's it. Wonderful beings giving off donations. Let's clap for all the men that are giving donations of sperm without taking responsibility for it. I mean, you don't want to go there. This is Confessions on TV3. My name is Miss Nancy. I have Osofo Kojo Benson with me, and we're having a great conversation about a woman that would keep a man by all means at all costs. I'll take this break. When I come back, more. You're welcome back. This is Confessions on TV3, and we're still in the studio discussing this young lady who mixed her blood, not just her blood, her menstrual blood, and food for a man she adores, hoping to keep him forever. And it's not going too well. Yes, there was something you wanted to say.
First of all, I want to ask Pastor Kojo.
Osofo
Kojo. What happens to the saying in the Bible that go out there, be fruitful and multiply? Because he keeps saying, oh, we are in this world on our own. Everything is singular, singular, singular. But what happens to that part? Now, most of us have forgotten that this young lady, she had a friend, and she confided in that friend, trusted this friend so much, and gave her all the necessary informations. Don't you also think that girl realizing that there's something that we call so and so and so? Me, normally I don't want to mention some names.
Yeah.
Something that is called so and so and so. Oh, it can give you a man. And this friend has been eyeing that gentleman all the time that you go to dinner with them. All the time that you go to parties with him. So she decided to do it, but rather for her, maybe she did it quadruple. You understand? And now she's taking the man away from you. And you are crying. You see, a kind of went tia. So, Udi Makodia, so her nose is dripping. The water is dripping for her nose because she has chopped the pepper.
Thank you.
You understand?
Osofo.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Back to friendships. What you keep, what you share.
So I'll come to friendship because that's his second question, and I'll answer his first question.
Okay.
I'm surprised you're waiting for a Bible to tell you to be fruitful and multiply.
when your body produces sperm anyway. And
before the Bible came, our fathers were multiplying already. Being able to multiply or have seed has nothing to do with the Bible. Bible shouldn't tell you to be able to fulfill a multiply before you do that. And that also has nothing to do with marriage. When I say discover yourself, I'm not talking about marrying. I'm not talking about don't be partners. I'm here saying that when you know yourself, you know the right kind of partner that comes your way, the right kind of person that you walk with and comes into the friendship. Because before you go into a friendship, everything about spirituality tells you this one thing. Don't tell your stuff outside you. Don't tell your secrets outside you. Who you are, keep it to yourself. What makes you who you are, keep it to yourself. Because, for example, if I tell you that anytime I drink water, I go weak, and the two of us are vying for a position, you want it, I want it, and you know what makes me weak, what would you do?
I'll give you water.
You give me the water, right? So the things that makes you who you are is your secret. Your secret is your power. So you can have people you share stuff with that you want to call friends, that's okay. But what makes you who you are, keep it to yourself. I don't care how close you think you are with a person. That has nothing to do with a person.
Do we even know what makes us?
When you know yourself, you know what makes you. For example, I was hearing the ingredients that she used, tomatoes.
Yes.
Tomatoes is one of the worst things to eat. Okay, it's not the worst thing to eat, but it's actually not doing anything to you. The tomato adding to the blood is even neutralizing whatever power the blood has. It's not everybody that's supposed to eat plantain. So now you're giving plantain to somebody that probably his craft doesn't like plantain. So when you give plantain to that person, it neutralizes whatever you're supposed to do for the person. So even the food choices is important.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it mean the men, when the women are in their period, in that thing, when they are in there, because of some protections, we the men can also enjoy them in that time, so that we can get our protection?
No, that's not
because
how
you
it
said
works.
the ladies can use it to wash their feet
On
and
themselves.
On themselves. And if you, the man, if you have understanding and the woman has understanding, the woman can actually prepare it with certain things, I can say, of air, for you, the man, to bathe with it.
That is the point I want to know. Thank you.
So a woman can offer that kind of power to her partner.
If you trust that that is the person that you are building your future with, you're building your life with, you're building whatever it is with, you can actually empower that person become using that.
You can empower the person become with your blood. And this is on Confessions, and you know that we're always going outside onto the street to know exactly what people think. How far can a woman go in the name of love? What to do, what not to do. As a man, how would you take it if you realize that your woman has been feeding you with blood or other things in order for you to love her more? Let's go to the streets and see what people had to say.
What I feel about this is that the girl did not do the right thing. If you want somebody to love you, that's not the way to go. Okay, and then I think those things we see on social media are myth. They don't really happen. I don't think the guy really loved the girl as it was supposed to be.
So I think from the first place, this is 21st century. Such things must not be believed. Like using your mess is such a dirty thing. You can't even when you smell it, it's kind of bad. So such things must not be believed. And moreover, I think the friend did well, but she should have told the guy earlier before the girl used the messes to do the food for him to eat. And I think the guy also did the right thing, to leave the girl, but not to date the next person. Because if from the first place, she couldn't tell the guy earlier, then that means she can do the same thing. If she felt bad about it, she should have done the right thing earlier. Yes.
Taking the wrongful decision to go and take that whatever to just win the guy's love is a wrongful thing she did. And with the lady's friend, she shouldn't have done what she did. How can you just go behind your best friend and take her boyfriend? It's a bad thing she did. And with the guy, why should you fall in love with your girlfriend's friend? No, it's insane. So I think the three of them didn't do well.
That is what the streets had to say, and we all know that love is essential. But the men are just saying, don't just kill us in the process of loving us. And that is very, very, very important. We are wrapping up on the show, and I'd definitely want to get to Osofo your last words on these things, on how to keep a man, if it's essential from the spiritual point of view. If something is important to you, do you go securing it or you just let it be?
One of the things that we always need to understand is what is important to you as an individual. Because even if you want to go back to the Bible days or the Bible ways, the God of Israel always ensured that the Israelites would do certain things right and certain things they shouldn't even go. Because even the God of Israel had to do something to maintain the children of Israel. Anytime they saw the other nation go after other gods, say, don't go there, don't go there. So if something is yours and something is within your desires or within your capabilities and it's something that you have to maintain it, do whatever it takes to maintain it. If the God of Israel went to sleep, all the children of Israel would have gone to the other nations, to the Canaanite nations, because they were looking at them and they saw that things were flourishing for them. And they were like, wait, how are we struggling? Why don't we do like the other nations? And the God of Israel said, no, if you go after these other nations, things will go bad for you. So stay with me. Trust me, I will do the right things for you. There's nothing wrong with doing the right things according to you to ensure that what you have is protected, including your children, your family, your business.
We do that when we go to church. We pray for divine protection for our lives, for our children, for all that concerns us. And for other people that believe in other ways of protection, they use that. So if it is essential to you, make sure that you're doing everything right to protect that which is essential to you. Just make sure that you do not kill yourself in that process and you do not end up with a broken heart like this beautiful Mildred. This has been Confessions on TV3. My name is Miss Nancy, and I hope that you learned a thing or two. Same time next week, we come your way. God bless you.